TEP production. Giving out instruction. I just keep it intact, this is a fact, right and exact, I won't step back. Admiration is the feeling that inspires your brain to make you gain self-knowledge, not go insane. I'm Satan's antagonist, acknowledge what I speak. I cannot be duplicated cause I'm born unique. Brother Kareem told me if I want it, I gotta take it. Kareem told me if we need it, we gotta make it. Nasir just said stand up and be a man. You're planning to fail if you fail to plan. Keep your circle tight, know your plight, fight with all your might. Study hard, stay in shape and everything will be alright.
This beat is slapping, before I make it happen I just wanna ask, may I rise higher with fire, may brighter than may sharp lines, may climb and rhyme and may timing like sirens, may my thoughts may spray as I sway, may play with the day, may each bar may spark from the dark, may making the arc, may I shift, may gifted with riffs, may lifted no myth, may move clean, smooth in between, may carving out the scene, may words guide my glide as the tide, may ride on the inside, may minds free, may deep in the key, may shape in the sea, may I shine, may prime in my rhyme, may throw in the sign, may break norms, may storms in the red form, may lightning is born.
Let's go.
I don't know how I got here. I just know I'm never going back. Just when I thought things were already crazy, it gets worse.
I'm back.
Quan?
Sapphire struggles to deal with her husband's alleged betrayal and coming to terms with Quan being alive after thinking he was deceased. Devante tries to keep a level head while dealing with family issues and unexpected disloyalty. Memories of Dre enters Devante's life in a way that he would have never imagined.
Fire Part 2, the finale.
Get your copy of Fire. It's definitely a must-read. If you enjoy hood books, this one is it. Just like the title of the book, it's officially Fire. Get it on Amazon, paperback or Kindle.
Peace. This is The Enemy's Public. I am Bro.Nasir. Hope everyone's enjoying their evening. We are at Verdict Watch in the Rick Chow murder trial. To those of us who are not familiar, Rick Chow is the Shell gas station / convenience store owner who accused a young 14-year-old brother of stealing water out of a cooler. It was determined that he didn't steal the water. It was determined that he took 4 waters out of the cooler. And when he noticed that the wife of the store owner, the co-owner, I guess, because they are married, was following him all around the store, he decided to put the merchandise back and leave the store. And as he was leaving, he was approached by Alice Chow, the wife of Rick Chow, about shoplifting 4 bottles of water. And if you see what the young man had on, you can see that he couldn't conceal anything on his person. And not only that, when he walked inside the store, she asked him to leave his book bag up front, and he immediately complied to what she asked of him. But that didn't stop her from following him around wherever he went. It was like, hurry up and buy. It was that type of situation. Acting like she's fixing potato chips and looking over, and then she did it blatantly. Stood and just stood there and watched the young brother. I know if I had been in this store and somebody was following me like that blatantly, I would have put everything back and left the store also. We need to stop patronizing businesses of people who disrespect us and don't like us. We shouldn't patronize these businesses. Any business owner or people in a business that show us any inclination, a iota of disrespect, none of us should go back into these stores. We have a hard time divesting when it comes to people disrespecting us. People come around and they supply a demand of ours. And we can get our merchandise elsewhere. Yet we just don't got it in us to divest against people or divest from people who don't respect us, who don't even like us. The best way to deal with people when they disrespect us when we go in their business is to starve them out, starve them. If we don't go into their establishments, they won't make any money. We contribute to the wealth of so many people. There's no corporation that exists today that would not be as wealthy as they are if it wasn't for our people. You name it, our people made them as wealthy as they are because we are the number one consumer, and we love being models and billboards for people's brands. And we need to stop that, especially people who don't like us. Now, Rick Chow and Andy Chow, that's Alice Chow and Rick Chow's son, Andy, as the young brother, Cyrus Carmack Belton, he decided to leave. And he walked out of the store. He didn't run out the store. He walked very casual out the store. He grabbed his book bag and just left. Andy came from behind the counter looking very aggressive. And he's a lot bigger than Cyrus. And Rick Chow, who was armed, came behind Andy Chow. And they began to chase Cyrus Carmack Belton to bring him back to the store and put him on their wall of shame. But they chased that young brother 130 yards over a bottle of water. They thought he stole water. Turned out that he didn't steal anything out the store. They have a very elaborate surveillance system that you can actually, I mean, it's clear. It's the clearest thing you'll ever see as far as a surveillance system. They spent money on that surveillance system. And they were able to survey every angle in that store. So I don't know why they felt compelled to chase this young brother 130 yards over a bottle of water. And Rick Chow ended up shooting the young brother in the back, killing him. Now, this young brother, Cyrus Belton, had a pistol. He had a gun. They didn't know he had a gun until he fell multiple times. He tripped over a curb once and fell, dropped his cell phone and his mother's cell phone, and his shoe came off. But he kept running. And when he fell a second time, the book bag came off and the gun was exposed. And Andy Chow yelled, "Gun!" And the father just shot him. The young man never brandished the gun. The young man never pulled the gun out. As he was getting up to continue running away from Andy Chow and Rick Chow, Rick Chow shot him in the back and he died from his injuries. Now, Rick Chow, he wants to use the stand your ground, I was protecting my son narrative. You can't say that you're standing your ground if you are the aggressor. You can only stand your ground if someone is aggressing you violently. You can't be the pursuer saying that you are standing your ground. When you chase the 14-year-old, this is a 57-year-old man at the time. He's like 60 now. Can you imagine a 57-year-old man chasing a 14-year-old boy 130 yards because he thought he stole a bottle of water? And he ended up shooting the little brother, killing him. Now, his trial is over. The jury is deliberating. The judge is not accepting no lesser charge. He wants murder or nothing. That's what the judge wants. He wants murder or nothing. And again, they're deliberating now, and we're on verdict watch. The prosecution did a very good job presenting their case. The defense did nothing but speculate and lie. That's all the defense did. Speculate and lie. And they asked the dumbest questions as attorneys. Hypothetical questions as attorneys. And then this morning, the defense tried to get the judge to question the jury, asking them, are they being influenced by social media? Because he alleged that some people made threats And if the verdict is not the way they want it, if there was going to be some type of repercussions of violence or something like that to that effect. And the judge was like, no, we're not going this far for you to, derail justice. That's not what he said, but that's what my sentiment is. So they did closing arguments today. I don't understand some of our people. As a lawyer, I would get into law to stand and act on behalf of my people. We had a Negro defense attorney actually trying to justify this grown man shooting that 14-year-old boy. And he got up there. He was worse than the white attorney that was defending Andy Chow. He was worse because, being disingenuous is one thing, but to outright lie and speculate to justify that 57-year-old man at the time, he got to be like 60 now because it happened 3 years ago. He straight up speculated and outright lied, saying that the young brother pulled the gun out. And everybody who testified, whose last name wasn't Chow, said they never saw that young man pull anything out. Now, somebody who's a thug, what they tried to paint him out to be, somebody who's a thug would have pulled it and squeezed it. Somebody who's an outright thug would not be running out of their shoe, dropping their cell phones and leaving it. A thug would have pulled it. As soon as they started chasing him, they wouldn't have gotten 130 yards away from the store. That's how far they chased that little boy over a bottle of water. 130 yards. That's one football field and 30 more yards. That's how far they chased that young brother over a bottle of water. And that young brother's life wasn't worth a bottle of water. Took his life. And turned out he didn't steal a thing. The surveillance showed everything. That he pulled 4 bottles of water out. He put 4 bottles of water back. And not only that, as someone who did asset protection for years, many of years, decades actually, nothing is stolen until you go past the point of sale. That means that you just go totally past the cash register and you're on your way out the door. That's when it's stolen. That's when something is stolen. If you have a bag and you're placing things in a bag, okay, it's okay to do surveillance, but it's not stolen until it's past the point of sale. Because a lot of people don't use shopping carts. Some people use shopping bags. I know I've used shopping bags. You place your merchandise in the bag, you take it up to the register, you take it out, ring it up, and then put it back in your bag. If you're not getting a whole lot of stuff, a lot of people use shopping bags. I had to learn that. And this young man left his book bag up front like Alice Chow requested. And he put the bottles of water back that he took out the cooler because she was following him everywhere. And Andy Chow was behind the counter watching him. And I'm quite certain that Rick Chow, who was in the server room, he was in the server room, probably in the office, / server room where all the monitors are, watching also, because he came out. And if he's in the back in the server room, if he's in the office, he's seen that young brother put those bottles of water back. But he came out there anyway in his rage, and he chased that young brother down, shot him in his back, taking his life. And Rick Chow belongs in prison. So does Alice Chow. So does Andy Chow. All three of them belong in prison because Alice Chow started the whole entire thing by following him around, and when he was about to leave, stopping him, accusing him of stealing when he hadn't stole anything. She initiated the whole situation. Now, I'm going to show some video footage. I want to share my screen and show some video footage of the story. I'm going to show the prosecution's closing arguments, and then we can go back and dwell on the case. Both prosecutors did an excellent job in their closing arguments.
What is the value of human life? That's usually posed as a rhetorical question, isn't it? What is the value of a human life? Can we assign a monetary value to a human life, to a human soul? Can we put a price on it like we can a bottle of water, or a bottle of motor oil, or a lampshade, or a fishing boat? Is that possible? Are some lives worth more than others? These are philosophical questions that people have been wondering aloud for ages. Do you remember that feeling of being a teenager? You remember what it was like when your body was new and shiny? Remember that? Remember time before work and bills and all the responsibility, being responsible for other people? You remember that feeling? You remember what it was like having that long road of life just stretched out before you, and all the possibilities? Not knowing what they were, but just being excited for the ride. You remember that? Remember the last day of school? Remember the beginning of summer break, sleeping in, summer jobs, fireflies, fresh peaches? What about grandma's house? Slip and slides? Remember the smell of fresh cut grass? Beach trips, no responsibilities. How do you put a price on that? You remember that? How do you put a value on that? I've got a 15-year-old daughter and an 18-year-old son, and they're in that time of life. And if I'm waxing too poetic, it's because I'm envious at times of them and being in that stage and just having that whole long road of life stretched out before you and all the possibilities. Just an adventure waiting to unfurl, right? But if I could jump in a time machine and go.
This is a bit lengthy. I'm not going to show all of it, but I'm going to show it because I want the people to see how the prosecution did their closing arguments, really bringing this case home to get justice for Cyrus Cormac Belton and his family, because that young brother was outright murdered over a bottle of water. Now, this type of stream, and my streams in particular, they are for the attentive audience. I don't do too much entertaining. Unless it's music, I don't do entertainment. I deal with the issues at hand that affects our people. That's what I deal with because that's my passion. Standing and acting on behalf of my people.
Go back to being 14 years old. I don't think I would, because I remember the difficulties of that time as well. I remember being 14, and a sad reminder that I'm not anymore is sometimes when I get a glimpse of the camera and I see my face up there, and I say, who the hell is that? Where do those wrinkles come from? Where did that gray hair come from? But I do remember being a 14-year-old boy. And if I could, I don't think I'd go back to being a 14-year-old boy. Because I remember the difficulties of being a 14-year-old boy. I remember the idea of trying to zero in on what is my identity? What is my personality anyway? Who am I? Where do I fit in? How can I be cool? And to this day, I still remember things that I did that made me shake my head, things that I strongly regret, things that were ill-advised, things that were reckless and dangerous, things that were just plain stupid. It was not easy being a 14-year-old boy, and that was back in 1993. But that's what being a kid is. That's what being a 14-year-old boy is, to make mistakes and hopefully to learn from them, right? Isn't that what growing up is supposed to be about? I didn't look much like Cyrus, and I think that's obvious to everybody here. We grew up in different parts of Columbia. We had different experiences. We went to different schools. We grew up under different circumstances, different times. Seems that we were both skinny little 14-year-old boys from divorced parents trying to find our way. I remember trying to straddle that line between being a child and trying to figure out what it meant and where my place was in the world, and trying to figure out how to be a teenager. Trying to figure things out. And as I said, it seems that to me that it would be infinitely more difficult to be a 14-year-old in 2023 than it was in 1993. There are just things that exist now that were unimaginable back then when I was 14. But some of the broader challenges would have been the same. Where do I fit in? How do I fit in? This would have been that wistful time of life for Cyrus in May of 2023. He had just wrapped up 8th grade. We all know what comes next, 9th grade and high school, and all the craziness of that. But right now, May of 2023, it's summertime. The first week of summer. What's better than that? How do you put a price on that? It's the best time of the year for a kid. There's still a few months before he has to deal with that crazy time of 9th grade and high school. Sunday, May 28, 2023, it was Memorial Day weekend. Cyrus was fresh off middle school graduation, and it was summertime. Why does a 14-year-old have a gun? This was asked multiple times by my friend, known him since I was 14, Jack Swirling. But he asked that a number of times. And I suppose he asked that.
Salute to my brothers, Big Dog Philly OG, Maybach 1804, and Mouthpiece. Salute to you, brothers. Thanks for joining me this evening. I appreciate it. We're going over the closing arguments in the Rick Chow murder trial. In case to those who are just joining, Rick Chow shot a 14-year-old young brother in the back. They chased him 130 yards, shot him in the back because they thought he stole a bottle of water. They took his life over a bottle of water. to those who are just joining?
Is a literal question that deserved an immediate, succinct, distilled, and simple answer. That was how the question was posed, that it is a very simple question and deserves a simple answer. Maybe it's not that simple, though. Maybe it's a much broader question that we as a society will eventually have to sit down and come up with real answers to and possible solutions to. Maybe it's a question with an answer that is so complex, it has so many layers, that is so loaded that maybe it's not something we just figure out in a day. But it does seem, as long as guns have existed, boys have been fascinated by them. Required reading when I was in elementary school was Where the Red Fern Grows. And it was all about Billy and his gun and the exploits and the adventures of 10-year-old Billy and his rifle. Or
it's very ironic how, when it comes to our young brothers, our young people, they always ask why we have firearms when Caucasians buy their children firearms all the time. They buy them firearms. And these children go into schools and shoot them up because their parents go and buy them firearms. Now, I'm not making any excuses for the young brother who was carrying a firearm at the time of his demise, but he didn't pull it out. He didn't point it at anyone. See, it's so evil and wicked how they tried to do it. When the young brother dropped the gun, Andy Chow shot him, and now they're trying to use the gun that they found after the fact as a justification of shooting him. But everybody who was on the scene, the witnesses, not one witness, and they called several, not one witness said that that young brother pulled that gun or pointed that gun. But the defense, who was one of us, should be ashamed of himself. He actually lied and said the young brother pointed the gun when he didn't. Even Andy Chow, Rick Chow's son, said he never pointed the gun.
My favorite movies back then were Tombstone and Young Guns and Predator and Terminator. Just movies about guns and violence. Boys eat it up. I did. So many movies, so much imagery, so many music videos about guns. It's just, we're in America. It's part of life, and boys eat it up.
Salute to the comrade. Old dude, salute.
You can't even get through December without Christmas Story and Ralphie and his fascination with the Red Ryder rifle. It's just a fact of life. And that was all before the internet. But again, we live in America, and to take that one step further, Cyrus and I grew up in the South. And we were blessed to grow up in the South, weren't we? And guns are just a part of life, are they not? A gun leaning up in the corner when I was growing up was about as exciting as a cast iron skillet on the stove or a butcher knife in the sink. It's just part of our life. And whether that's good or bad, I'm not here to talk about that, but guns are prevalent and boys gravitate towards guns, whether that's good or not. Was Cyrus right in having a pistol in his pocket May 28th, 2023? No. Was it legal for Cyrus to have a pistol in his pocket May 28, 2023? No. Has anybody indicated that it was okay or legal or right? No. Did he deserve to die? Did he deserve to die? I remember my grandfather letting me practice with a little 22 rifle.
Hang tight, people. This is going to get good. The prosecution straight up ripped the defense. All the defense did was speculate and lie. The prosecution presented all facts. All facts.
I remember being 8, shooting a 22 rifle. I remember my first single shot, 410 shotgun. I was probably about 12, 13 when I got that.
I had the same shotgun as a child and as a young adult, a 14 shotgun. But my first gun was that Daisy. We used to get those Daisy BB guns every time we went down to Georgia. We'll get a Daisy. Graduated from the Daisy to that other shit.
I remember going up to the little cabinet just off the kitchen in my grandparents' house and finding a little revolver he had there. And I remember taking it down, and I remember going down to the pond and shooting a few shots. I was probably about 12, and I knew I wasn't supposed to do that. And I knew I'd get in trouble if I got caught. That didn't stop me. I remember all those things. Boys do things that are ill-advised and not always smart. That's part of life, though. We hope as we grow older, we learn some of these things and we grow out of them. Did Cyrus deserve to die? Cyrus Carmack Belton entered that Shell gas station at 7441 Park Lane Road, about 8 p.m., May 28, 2023. He had no way of knowing that he'd be dead in about 10 minutes. You see him enter the gas station. He is immediately asked to take his book bag off. A very fair request, and he complies immediately. He's not rude. During the encounter, he does as he's asked to do. We see Alice check the facial recognition database once he comes in. We heard about the facial recognition database they employ at the Shell gas station. And then she went about her business.
That face recognition database is anyone who they put in that database who they know emphatically stole something, their face will automatically come up. But the young brother complied. When she asked him to leave his book bag up front, he immediately complied. And he just do like any normal person does in the store. And she followed him all around the store. Alice Chow, the wife of Rick Chow.
Pretended to act busy while keeping an eye on Cyrus as he walked up and down the aisles. At some point, she ducks her head into the office where Rick.
Now I'm going to run it back real quick. We're running it back real quick. So
you see him enter the gas station. He is immediately asked to take his book bag off. A very fair request, and he complies immediately. He's not rude. During the encounter, he does as he's asked to do. We see Alice check the facial recognition database once he comes in. We heard about the facial recognition database they employ at the Shell gas station. And then she went about her business, or pretended to act busy while keeping an eye on Cyrus as he walked up and down the aisles. At some point, she ducks her head into the office where Rick is. What, if anything, she said to him is unknown. We don't know. But Alice and Andy continued to watch Cyrus as he walks up and down the aisles. Eventually, he goes to where the water bottles are. He had to know he was being watched, right? I mean,
look how she's standing there watching him. Look how she's standing there watching him as he is taking bottles out of the cooler, I would have put the bottles back and left the store also. You're gonna stand there and watch me like that? Yeah, I'm not spending my money in your store.
I don't think Alice was making it unknown, or she wasn't really disguising what she was doing. He took 4 bottles of water out, put 4 bottles of water back in. He's caught on camera from several different angles doing so. And cameras do not lie. Cameras do not make mistakes. It would have taken about 17 seconds to watch him at that water cooler.
The young brother put the bottles of water back and attempted to leave the store because he seen her. And as he was leaving the store, she confronted him. And then the son, Andy Chow, came out and confronted him. And he just walked out the store casual. And when he walked out the store casual, Andy Chow and Rick Chow started chasing him. Again, they chased him 130 yards. 130 yards, they chased him. And Rick Chow shot him in the back because they thought he stole some water.
Rick Chow had decided to do that. About 17 seconds of his time. 17 seconds to confirm that he took nothing. The failure of Rick Chow to do this will cost Cyrus his life. Thousands and thousands of dollars of technology at Rick Chow's fingertips, and he chooses to act in anger. Cyrus would be a rising senior if he was still alive, entering his 12th grade year of high school. If Rick Chow had taken about 17 minutes to review the footage. One, two, three, four. 4, 3, 2, 1. As Cyrus turned from the water cooler, Alice and Andy began asking him if he put a bottle of water in his pocket. $1, 114 pounds, 130 yards, 21 grams. Fight or flight. You've heard that term. It's a physiological reaction, right? It's ingrained in us since we were cavemen, I guess, basically. And it is an instinct. It's a reaction that occurs in situations where there is a threat. Okay. If Cyrus is a tough guy, right? If Cyrus is a thug, right? If Cyrus is a gunslinger, right? If he is that guy, okay? If he's that guy, now is the time you see it. Now's the time he'd pull that pistol out.
Prosecution is doing a good job because that's the truth. If he was a gunslinger, if he was a thug, it would have came out him then when they approached him, and especially when they started chasing him, but he never pulled the gun and fired a shot.
Point it. If he was that guy, right? He's not that guy. He's a child. He doesn't pull out his pistol. He doesn't cuss or disrespect anyone. He collects his backpack, and drops his head, and he walks out. If he was a fighter, now would be the chance for him to confront anybody. If he ever intended to use the gun, it would have been right here. But this is the moment where cool heads should prevail. Cool reflection should be what happened here. Reflection should have occurred.
See, the thing is, when it comes to other people, they'll look at a 14-year-old who's not one of us and say he's just a kid for the most part. But they always try to make our babies adults. The same thing that they did to Tamir Rice over in Ohio. The cop jumped out the car and shot the little boy dead. He was 12 years old, shot him dead on sight. When dispatch told that cop in Ohio that it was a toy gun, but he still jumped out and shot and killed that boy on sight because they don't see our children as children. Even when the grown-ass woman stole Nancy Pelosi's computer in the Capitol building, she was grown in her 20s. They said she's just a kid. And she's a grown-ass woman, but they said she's just a kid. If we don't realize that war has been declared on us, something wrong with our thinking.
This is when adults should act like adults. This could have been it. He could have walked off. He would be a kid looking forward to senior year in high school. You have a mother and a father who would still have their little boy. $1, 114 pounds, 17 seconds, 1 second, 21 grams. An entire lifetime ahead. Unknown redemption. Decisions. You know the decision Rick Chow made. It's etched in time now. It plays back like a bad movie you've seen before. You already know the ending. He did what he did, and that's why we're all here today. Let him go.
You see how casual he walked out? You see how they came out? They came out very aggressive. If you're a 14-year-old boy and you see two grown-ass men come out of the store looking the way they were looking, now when we see the footage of them inside the store, how they was looking, they have rage and malice in their eyes. And they would actually leave the store. All of them actually left the store unattended, where they could have lost inventory when that happened. Because what was Alice Chow going to do if they started looting the store when they are 130 yards away? They had that much malice in them. There were chance actually losing inventory. And Alice went away from the store also because she picked up his 2 cell phones that he dropped and his sneaker and brought it back to the store.
Just let him go. We don't need to be here today. Let the boy go.
You see, nobody's attending the store. Andy Chow was away from the store. Rick Chow's away from the store, and so is Alice Chow. Nobody's in the store because I'm quite certain that they're not employing anybody in that community. I'm certain they're not.
What have you got to lose? What is the value of human life? As of May 28, 2023, Rick Chow had owned and operated that gas station for over 10 years. This was not his first day on the job.
Rick Chow was bound to kill somebody because he had quite a few incidents where he pulled that gun. Either he shot somebody or he shot at somebody. He's had fights in that store where he ran up on people, falsely accusing them of shoplifting. It's crazy. Salute to my brother, P. Moses. Thanks for joining.
Why not call 911? It takes 1 second. Andy said so. It takes 1 second.
Exactly. Andy himself said that.
Better yet, why don't we review the videotape? If we think the boy took something, why don't we look at that videotape? Because then we realize we don't even need to call 911. He never.
Salute to my brother Maybach. What's up, Mel? How you doing, brother, this evening? Do a mic check.
Salute, man. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Loud and clear, brother. Before we move on, you want to say anything?
Yeah, man. It's nasty work, and I was doing something, but I was listening. You said they chased them 137 yards. That's
Yes,
that's
over
that's
130
longer than
yards.
yeah, that's longer than a football field.
Yes, sir. And 30 more yards.
Yes, exactly. So, and how much of a threat is this little boy with his back turned? And like the guy said, or the prosecutor, he had a gun on him, never was aggressive, never said anything to them, curse at them, yell at them, or even point his weapon at them. He's running away. So how threatened are you? You know?
He was no imminent threat. He was no type of threat because, like the prosecutor said, if he was that,
Mm-hmm.
it's time to do it.
Correct.
You know,
Correct.
when somebody run up on you and when somebody's chasing you.
Mm-hmm.
The boy ran out his shoe.
Mm-hmm.
He ran out his shoe.
Yeah.
Dropped his cell phone and his mother's cell phone now. Now, you know how young people are with cell phones. Picture a young man dropping his cell phone and not trying to pick it up. He was scared for
Correct. Correct.
his life.
Yeah. Nasty, man.
They ran the young brother down, and that 57-year-old man took his life over a bottle of damn water.
Sad.
If you want me to stop it, brother, just say pause.
All right.
You know, just
I'm
the
listening.
pause. Just the pause we use. We don't use the other one. You know what I'm saying? We grown men. You know what I'm saying?
That's
We
a
don't use that
fact.
other.
He never did anything. You would learn that immediately. All this at your fingertips. Instead, you choose to act in anger. You choose to make split-second decisions. And you're dead wrong. For argument's sake, there, let's say he had committed the abominable crime of stealing a dollar bottle of water. Let's say he did it. Okay. Well, you remember the wall of shame? You remember the testimony about all the pictures all over the store of various people who had been suspected of shoplifting. And
you see this still shot? You see how clear those cameras are, bro? Those cameras are excellent. Those are 4K cameras, have to be 4K cameras. I install cameras. That's I do this. Those are good cameras.
Yeah.
Very good cameras. They could have simply got a still shot of him, called the police if he did steal something. If they would have took the time to run the cameras back, they could have just gave this still shot to the police, and put him in the database, you know,
Correct.
the face recognition database, and it would automatically, you know, alerted them when he came in the store the next time.
Correct.
But they didn't do that. They chased that young brother down 130 plus yards, and a 57-year-old man shot a 14-year-old. What do you expect to do with a 14-year-old when two adult men is chasing him? Because Andy Chow's an adult too, and Andy Chow's a lot bigger than his father.
Mm-hmm.
His was 120 pounds, and Andy Chow's a big guy.
Yeah.
Big, but you got two grown men chasing a child. Of course
Yeah.
he's going to run. And if he was living that life, he'd have turned around and bucked at him. But he didn't.
Correct. Correct.
He didn't.
Yeah. And he didn't go in there to rob them either, like with the gun.
Exactly. Because again, like the prosecutor said, if he was living that life, this would have been a time to pull it.
Correct.
This would have been the time to pull it. The young man complied with when she said you have to leave your book bag up here. He took it off and left it there.
Mm-hmm.
So evidently he wasn't there to steal nothing, but he seen her following him around the store. He was like, you know what? I'm not going to buy nothing. And you know, kids with technology, I've seen children make purchases with their phones all the time.
Yeah.
They don't care. Well, he didn't have no money. No. So you telling me the only people can swipe their phone is white kids? They try to say, what is he doing with a book bag and he had no money? A lot of these kids, they got, I don't know what it is, they swipe their phones and they make purchases like that.
Correct.
And this was 3 years ago. Yes, that technology was around then for years at that time, 3 years ago. Salute to my brother, Keith Lamont. Salute, God.
Salute. Salute. Yeah, that dude was looking to catch a body, man. He was looking to catch a body.
He was gonna kill somebody eventually, brother Maybach, because he always pulled that gun out. And it's like he was looking for an excuse to pull a gun out. The first thing he do, because there's footage of him having several fights in the store with different people. This is not the first incident. It just so happened he chased this young brother down and shot him. But he had more than one incident in the store fighting, and he shot people, and he shot at people.
So he's the common denominator then.
Yeah, exactly. He's trigger happy. He was bound to kill somebody. Just so happened to be a baby.
Yeah. Sad, man.
With the Shell gas station is we take their pictures because we have all these cameras that we can get all these pictures from, and then we put it up on the wall of shame. And that's what we do. We shame them. But also, if they come back in, we can confront them. Why don't we put this little boy's picture up there then? I mean, if he stole water, let's just do that. That would have been a better option, right? Or we get all these pictures, let's send them into law enforcement. Looking for this guy. And by the way, we know exactly what he was wearing. And by the way, he walked that way down this dead end road. Shouldn't be too hard for you guys to solve. Anything would have been better than this. He chose to chase down an 8th grader. The boy was so terrified that he ran out of his shoe and continued running. The boy was so terrified, he's losing clothing. He drops his phone. He drops his mother's phone. But he continues running. Wouldn't that have been even another great opportunity for them to stop? Listen, we've scared this little boy so bad, he's come out of his shoe. Let's stop the insanity right here. Let's turn around. Let's take our butts back to the Shell gas station. What are we even doing anyway? Why are we doing this? But no, they continue tracking him, chasing the boy down. And then he takes that hard fall, hits the ground. What about right then? Wouldn't that have been a good time to be like, we're scaring this boy so bad that he's run out of his shoes, he's lost his cell phones, now he's hurt himself. We've gone too far. We've gone too far. But no. 130 yards, 114 pounds, 390 feet, 1 second, 17 seconds, 21 grams. Why in God's name are two grown men, one armed, chasing a child, because that's what he is, 130 yards? Why in God's name? Devontae Bryant, he had to hit the brakes because he didn't want to hit him. He'll come running out in front of him on Springtree. Dead set on catching that boy. He had to put the brakes on. He says he thought it was the police. I said, well, why'd you think that? He said, because one of the guys had a pistol. And they were chasing that boy. I thought that was the police. And so that would have been what Cyrus saw too. He doesn't know why these men are chasing him to begin with, why they're yelling at him. And now he sees one of them has a gun. And he's wondering, why are these people chasing me? What are they going to do to me? And he's running.
Do you know, my brother, I just got the verdict. They found this bastard not guilty. The verdict just came in. They found him not guilty.
That's crazy.
This shit is fucking crazy, man.
That's sad, man. That's sad.
Oh, man. This is fucking crazy, bro.
You can't pull it up, the verdict, the video
I'm
of
pull
it?
it up right now. I'm about to pull it up right now.
That's sad,
Hold
bro.
on.
That's sad. That's crazy, man. 14-year-old.
This is fucking nuts, man.
And this is
This
why
is nuts.
stuff like this is going to continue happening. This is exactly why.
This sent a serious message right here, bro.
Mm-mm.
This sent the message right here. I'm gonna get to it. Where's it at? Oh, here's right here.
That's nuts, man. That's diabolical.
They actually found this dude not guilty.
Nothing at all. That's crazy.
Because the judge said murder or nothing. I'm gonna go to when they was, reading the the verdict. I'm gonna go to that. This is crazy. This is absolute crazy. They actually found this man not guilty for killing a 14-year-old child.
So you could shoot somebody in the back. That's crazy.
You can shoot a child in the back and walk away. This is fucking insane. I don't understand how they can get this after all the evidence that was presented. But you know what, though, bro? This is racist ass America, bro.
You already know.
Racist ass America.
Yes, Your Honor, we have.
This is racist ass America.
Not guilty.
All right, Madam Clerk, will you please publish? Yes, sir, Your Honor.
Indictment number 2023 GS 40074440. State of South Carolina, County of Richland versus Chike Rick Chow. We, the jury, unanimously find the defendant, Chike Rick Chow, as to the charge of murder, not guilty. Fine number 302, foreperson, June the 1st, 2026. Madam Forelady, this is your verdict and the verdict of the entire jury.
Yes, ma'am, it was.
Thank you.
Thank you. You like to hold your honor?
Madam Forelady and ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I'm going to ask you 2 questions relating to your verdict. Please answer yes or no to each. Number 302, was this your verdict?
Yes, it was.
Is it still your verdict?
Yes, it is.
Number 2, was your verdict? 257, is it still your verdict?
Yes.
Number 63, was this your verdict? Is it still your verdict?
Yes.
Number 208, was this your verdict? 208, is it still your verdict? Number 226, was this your verdict?
Yes.
Is it still your verdict?
Yes.
Number 329, was this your verdict?
Yes.
Is it still your verdict?
Yes.
Number 222, was this your verdict?
Yes.
Is it still your verdict?
Yes.
Number 164, was this your verdict?
Yes.
Is it still your verdict?
Yes.
Number 21, was this your verdict?
Yes.
Is it still your verdict?
Yes.
Number 204, was this your verdict?
Yes.
Is it still your verdict?
Yes.
Number 232, was this your verdict?
Yes.
Is it still your verdict?
Yes.
Number 259, was this your verdict?
Yes.
Is it still your verdict?
Yes.
The jury's been held, Your Honor.
Very good. Anything else? Not at this time, Your Honor. We just like staff post-trial motions. Going 10 days. We feel those. 10 days for any post-trial motions you may have and anything to defense? Yeah. Look it over, Your Honor. Okay. Thank you. You can return to your jury room. I'll be right back there. We'd like to thank the jury.
This is sending a message to us that we should receive loud and clear. We should receive this message loud and clear. If a 57-year-old man can shoot a 14-year-old young brother in the back and is found not guilty, I want to say this. Justice is a reward or penalty. That's what justice is. Justice is a reward or penalty. And when we are denied justice, in my sentiment, we have to serve justice.
Mm-hmm.
When we are denied justice. And we can't look to our enemies, brethren, for justice. We can't, because they'll never give us justice. The same thing happened to Trayvon Martin back in 2014. He was accosted by a grown-ass man when he was 17 years old, just merely walking through the damn apartment complex, and was gunned down. They are sending a message to us, a loud and clear message, and we should receive it loud and clear, that we should be valuing our lives.
Mm-hmm.
And we shall fight for our lives and the lives of our women and our children. And if anybody put their hands on them, it should be dire consequences. We got to stop giving them a chance to fuck us over. We got to stop it. Now, these parents is without their 14-year-old. He would be 17 today. Not, his birthday, but he would be 17 if he was still here among us. but he was snuffed out by a grown ass man. They telling us that our youth is not worth a damn bottle of water, bro.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they're telling us. Our youth is worthless. A bottle of water. See, me, I never, thought America's jurisprudence was worth wiping your ass with. I've never thought that, based on the history of how they railroaded our people. They had to try the case of Rodney King. They had to tear LA up for them to get that right.
Mm-hmm.
Salute to the brother Max Fee. Salute. Thanks for joining.
Salute.
But it's just another day in racist ass USA. Just another day.
I think that was the Rodney King thing was the last time that, our peoples stood up and did anything. You know what I mean? I think that was the last era,
Yeah. And you know why, brother? I'm going to tell you why. Our people are rhythmic people. Okay? When they say rhythm nation, that's our people. And we always did things based on what was put in our head. Okay? Back then, most of what we was listening to was social commentary and it was revolutionary. You don't hear too much revolutionary music today.
No.
You don't. Brothers like Live and Learn is putting it out. I'm putting it out. Some other brothers was putting it out. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You might hear it among us, but overall, like mainstream, you don't hear no revolutionary music, bro. Very few. You Wise Intelligent, somebody like that. You know what I'm saying? The brother Wise Intelligent, you'll hear him saying something revolutionary. He had a whole entire album out called Blue Klux Klan a few years ago.
Mm-hmm.
But we don't hear stuff that tells our people to, like Max V is saying, stay vigilant. Better to have it, and don't need it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's better to leave it. It's better to have it, you know what I'm saying, than to not have it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's better for us to have it and don't need it than need it and don't have it. And this young brother was snuffed out.
Yeah.
And this was a miscarriage of justice, brother. Miscarriage. And I would say to our people, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? Just another day in racist ass United States.
My thing is, how many people actually even know about this case, cared about it, you know what I'm saying, to put it out there and say, yo, something's got to give. You know what I mean? Like you're covering it. I remember hearing about it, but I wasn't sitting there, I ain't gonna lie.
I covered it when it first happened. When it first
Yeah.
happened, I covered it when it first happened. And when I heard the trial was starting last week, I covered it last week.
Yeah.
And then I knew they had closing arguments earlier today and they was deliberating.
Yeah.
And I didn't know they would come back this early. A lot of times when they come back this early, it's tying us to the railroad, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And plus the judge said murder of nothing. He didn't want a lesser charge. They probably would have gave him a lesser charge, but the judge was like, no, murder or nothing.
Yeah.
But this man should not walk away free.
I don't understand how the jurors think that that's like what that guy did is like, is sane
Not
or
murder.
yeah, like that's my thing. Like to be found not guilty at all, not nothing, no, you know what I mean? Like, oh well, he wasn't found this, but we're gonna hit him with this. He's got to at least do 15 years or something.
The
This
judge
man's
wouldn't
about to.
allow the judge wouldn't
Mhm.
allow him to do that. The
Mm.
judge said murder or nothing, no lesser charge.
Oh wow.
If the judge said he
And
instructed him murder or nothing. And a lot of times that's the setup.
yeah, I was about to say that. So the juror feels like, oh well, we can't say it's manslaughter. Let's take it from this to drop it. You know what I mean? Like a lesser charge. That's
Right.
crazy.
Right.
That's crazy.
Yeah. That's what the judge instructed him, murder or nothing. But you know
But
what? My
mhm,
sentiment Maybach, he's not free.
of
He's
course
not
not.
free. He damn shit can't go back to Columbus, South Carolina.
That's that same area. Yeah.
He's not free. Because he'll be all they're gonna always be pointed at, you know what I'm saying? This the man who killed the child.
Mm-hmm.
If not more than that, you know what I'm saying? They're
Yeah.
gonna always be pointing out that's the man killed the child. And they're gonna be looking at him like he should be shaming himself for chasing a damn 14-year-old 130 yards plus and then gunning him down.
Mm-mm-mm.
He should walk with his head down in shame for the rest of his damn life. He should be walking with his head bowed in shame. And he was bound to do it. He was bound to do it.
I wonder how like these jurors think they're gonna sleep. They're gonna sleep good at night
No, they're
with their
not.
decision. This is crazy.
You know, but I'm gonna tell you, brother, some people do wickedness
Mm-hmm.
and sleep like a down baby because it's their very nature to do what they
Correct.
do. Some people will sleep real good after doing evil because evil is their damn nature.
Yeah.
So it doesn't. They do these type of things naturally. See, let me tell you, this guy's Asian, but he's a white supremacist. He's a white supremacist. A lot of these people come here, bro, and they become white supremacists because they think with a Caucasian's mind. And they are only a certain criteria of them could come here. Only a certain criteria. You come here, you better have some disdain for our people, or you're not going to be allowed to come here.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it is. And this, he can never do business among us again.
I would hope not.
And he
But
would. And he
how many
should have.
people are gonna know who he is, though? You know what I mean? How many people are gonna know? Is he gonna still be in that type of business that he was doing?
I
You
doubt it.
know?
I doubt if he get any support from our people. I doubt it. Well, I'm hopeful that he don't.
Yeah. I'm with you. Some form of street justice should be served. You know what I mean? Someone should recognize him and take care of him. I'll say it at that. That's the best PC I could be. You know what I mean?
This guy killed a child. He killed one of our children. And the state of South Carolina said it's okay.
It's crazy.
They said it's okay.
Over a damn bottle of water, $1 and some change. $1 and some change. Like the prosecutor said, like some stores in my neighborhood, when somebody, do some thievery or some 5 finger discount, what they do is they go check the camera and they see you and they print out the picture and they put you right there in front.
Exactly. They'll post you. They'll post
Yeah,
you.
they post you. Yeah. So now,
Yeah, they post
you know what I'm saying? Everyone's seeing who got caught. And like the guy said, they put you on a wall of shame.
Exactly.
That's all that dude could have did. It wasn't
But
that
now he's
serious.
on the wall of shame because he killed a child.
Yeah. I
He's
mean,
on the
listen,
wall of shame now.
you know,
Not enough.
hopefully universal law catches up to him, man. You
Yeah,
know.
hopefully the universe will catch up to him. Hopefully he'll have so much stress and the laws of nature won't allow him to function
Mm-hmm.
because of
Mm-hmm.
what he did.
Yeah.
Maybe hopefully the laws of nature would not allow this man to function, but he cannot. He, I'm gonna tell you this: his people, I guarantee, don't shop in his places. It was all our people
Mm-hmm.
because Columbus, South Carolina, is just our people. They know what
What
they're doing. They
what's
go to.
what's I was about to ask you real quick. What's his I mean, it doesn't matter his nationality, but what is he? Chinese, Asian,
I don't know which
Korean?
one of them, one of those Asian countries. I don't know which one. His
Mm.
last name's Chow.
Okay, so like I was saying earlier on the live, that I did, like, when I was talking about, like, the outsiders coming into this country when it comes to them, because somebody had wrote in the chat, I forgot who it was, and they said something about, like, they give them credit and all this other stuff.
They do.
Um, I know with the Chinese, I guess it's part of the deal that they do with America, that they don't have to show proof of credit, and I mean, of anything like we do. If we get in a bank loan, we got to show that we could pay the bank the back, pay the bank
Collateral
back.
and all other stuff.
Exactly. They don't have to do that. And I heard part of the deal on the documentary that I watched is when they say, "Oh, I'm here for business," and I'm getting in a restaurant, they only can open their restaurants in our neighborhoods. They can't put
Exactly.
it, yeah, they can't put it nowhere else. And that was done by design, and I
Exactly.
had no idea about that. I just thought they set up in, traffic areas to make the bread, but nah, that documentary enlightened me and said no, they can only put it in our neighborhoods. Same thing with the other folks, Arabics and all of them. Same thing with them too.
The crazy part, Mel,
Uh-huh.
is they make it, and they would come to us and tell us how hard they work to get for what they have when they get
Mhm.
stipends and shit when they come here.
Yeah, yeah.
They make it seem like they work so hard to get to
Mhm.
get to where they're at when they come here and they are given our taxpayers money
Correct,
to establish themselves.
correct,
They won't give it to us, but they will give it to everybody else.
correct. And that's my thing. That's the point I was making. Like, that's crazy that we from here, but we got to show documents and proof and receipts and this and that. But them, they could just go to the, hey, I need 30,000, get it. I need 50, got it.
Yeah,
No proof.
no
Go
proof
ahead.
for nothing, no collateral, no proof, no nothing, Mel.
Correct.
Nothing. And they'll just give them loans to
Hmm.
set up shop in our community. Again, bro, when have you ever walked into a Chinese restaurant and seen other people, other Chinese
No.
with being behind the counter?
Nope. Well, first and foremost, I've never seen it, and second of all, I haven't been inside. I don't eat their food. I mean, when you go to I went to school with some Asians, and they told me they don't eat that. That told me everything. You know what I'm
Yeah, they,
saying?
they they come in our communities and they sell it to us.
Correct.
Have you
Correct.
ever seen have you ever seen
Nope.
a Chinese girl sitting down in the nail salon getting her
Nope.
nails?
Nope.
Ever
Never.
seen them in their beauty supply stores?
Never. It's
Never.
always us. Yeah, it's
It's
always us.
always it's,
Their
it's
product.
always us. We have to stop that.
Yep.
All we got to do is starve these people out, bro.
Correct.
Starve
Stop
them out.
engaging. Correct. Stop
Stop
engaging.
spending our money with them. Just starve these people out, and I guarantee you, either they'll move their store or they'll change the way they do. But I don't want nobody fake smiling with me.
Yeah, that's
They
a
will
fact.
fake smile. They will smile at you. They will act friendly towards you as long as you keep giving them that money. But they are not our friends.
Correct.
They're not our friends.
Correct. And it's crazy because they already told us multiple times our money doesn't even circle in our community, not even one time. But
That's
in
the crazy.
theirs, yeah, but when they support each other, that money goes around more than 20 times before it leaves their community. And people still like listen. That's the sad part, man. Again, I don't expect people to do what I do and all this other stuff. But like you said, brother, like if I learned that or I was given the information, right? So just because they don't disrespect me to my face, so I'm gonna continue giving them my money when I know they don't care about me.
Exactly. Salute, peace to my brother, the good brother Kinofu, just joined us. Salute to
Salute.
you, my brother.
Salute to both of you brothers. Salute, big bro. I'm not too sure about what you're speaking about, but I want to listen for a minute. Salute to everybody in the chat. Much love and
I'm
respect.
going to brief you. I'm going to brief you.
Okay.
Okay. Um, 3 years ago, Memorial Day weekend, a young brother named Cyrus Carmack, um, Belton, walked into a Shell gas station / convenience store. Okay, he was asked to leave his bag up front, and he complied. But he went, shopping around the store, and one of the owners, the wife, was following him. She followed him all around the store. He took 4 bottles of water out the cooler, and he looking around, and she just standing there watching him. So he put the bottles back, and he was leaving, and she confronted him about the bottles, and he said, "I don't have anything." He moved his shirt around, lift this sweat hood up. I don't have no water. So he casually walked out of the store, and then Andy Chow and Rick Chow chased him, and the brother slipped on the curb, dropped his phones, ran out of his shoe. He had a gun on him, but he never pointed it. According to all the witnesses, said the young man never pointed the gun. As a matter of fact, he never pulled the gun out. The gun came out off his person when he fell, and Rick Chow shot him in the back, taking his life. The verdict came in just a few minutes ago, and he was found not guilty of murder. Shot a 14-year-old boy in his back, and the state of South Carolina said it's okay. That's what we're talking about.
Give me 1 second. I got this train in the back. Well, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and speak on it if it ain't too bad.
Now, I
So,
mean, I can hear in the background. I hear you over it. Go ahead, brother.
okay, yeah. So, first of all, I want to say because this is a prominent issue in my city, my hometown, to where the consumer market is being controlled by foreigners because
Yes.
of the mind frame of the people. The mind frame of the people who are getting businesses is a business to show. It's a show business, so everybody got beauty salons, everybody got barbershops, everybody got um car lots and detail shops and you name it. What one person do, the next person monkey see, monkey do. I hate to use that term, but I'm just speaking truthfully from the way I feel dealing with it personally. Because when it comes to the things that we need, when it comes to gas in our cars, when it comes to our food, when it comes to even the alcohol and the cigarettes and that people smoke, that's bad enough. But we don't even get like natural alcohol or natural cigarettes. We buy from those people who are not our people. That's where our dollar go outside of the black community. We already
Yeah.
don't have an economic floor. People brag about and people say, "Oh, we bring in the most money than any other nation of people." But they are actually an official nation of people, and we're not. And that's dumb as hell. If we turning over more money than any other nation of people in this country, and they all got businesses and stuff, and we all working jobs to come up with this money. So now you see how this playing out. People brag about us spending more money of the black
That's
dollar.
dumb. That's dumb. That is real dumb. That is the dumbest shit I ever heard, bro. Our $2 trillion. That's what our people amass per year. 2 trillion. And that's more than a lot of countries.
In the whole and together.
And as a whole, brother, their budget, their economic budget of nations. We have that money come through our hands, and you know what? It's out of our communities before the day end. We find somebody to give that fucking money to, bro. That's what we do. We be on a hunt. Who am I gonna get this money to?
For real.
Who I'm gonna get paid today? And a lot of people, their money circles around them before it goes.
Correct.
It circulates around them before it goes out. Our money is out our community the same exact day. It's ours before our money is out our community once we get it. Ours. And theirs is days. That's dumb for us to go around bragging about, and we do it, Key. We do it. Exactly what you said. We do that. We brag about how much money we spend on bullshit. We brag about that. This, and you know what? Some of us, we're not practical at all. We'd rather spend more. This is Balenciaga. This is this. This is that.
Exactly.
We brag about that foolishness, man. Getting some damn Italian rich off us. This is Balenciaga. This is Gucci. This is Louis Vuitton.
Yeah.
This is Salvatore Ferragamo. This is this. You know what I'm saying? That's what we brag about.
Yeah. And we complain about our condition in this country all the while. We not taking care of ourselves, and we're complaining about how these other people who running things are not gonna take control of us. So that's why I always say that our biggest issue is those skin folks who not kin folks, those people who look like us that have developed a white mind and a white heart, a purple heart. You understand what I'm saying? So for this country, for this concept, I want to quit saying this country, because even with the Aboriginal argument, this is our country. Like they're not even saying the same thing. The biggest mistake is reading something and not being capable of comprehending it. Because when you read something, you feel like you're informed about it. You understand what I'm saying? That don't mean you know nothing, and that don't mean nothing gonna change. I'm gonna do knowledge is power right after this.
Max V is saying something in the chat that I've been saying, and I constantly say, we have too many brilliant people to not be doing things collectively. You know what that is, brother? Because it's that that Pam mentality. Pam. Please acknowledge me. Please acknowledge me. I want to shine better than my brothers and my sisters. No, we have to do things collectively. Because if we do things collectively, we're you know what they say. Either we hang together or we get hung separately. You know what I'm saying? Either we hang in with each other or we get hanged separately.
That's a fact.
You got to do.
I like how you put that.
We can't be thinking that, okay, if we're not thinking about the collective and our people in totality, we're not thinking at all.
That's a fact.
The collective, bro.
Yeah, the blind can't lead the blind. Somebody got to have a vision. And that it don't have to be one person. It can be a council of men, as it should be, along with some women to assist and, give insight. I feel like that's the proper pattern that we should be taking. We have so many, the battle of the sexes going on, and, red pill, blue pill communities. And there's so many influences on the mind of the people that, we really got to start to re-strategize the work that needs to be done to win over the hearts and the minds of the people, man, before they be consumed by the BS.
I'm glad you said that, because we do have that. Like you said, the battle of the sexes and all of these groups that cause more division, and for us to be further away from each other instead of, coming and band together. I'm glad you brought that up, bro. But my fault. See,
No,
enemies
no, you
public
good, bro.
fund.
You good.
Yeah.
And I thank you. That is pertinent information. And if we're not doing things collectively, they dwell on that, and they are hopeful that we can't come together and do things collectively. They're hopeful of that, and and while we're sleeping, they're thinking of ways to keeping us from working together.
Correct.
They're thinking of ways to do it, and a lot of our people, we can't be divisive towards each other. We can't. We can't allow others to come between us. We can't. But we constantly do it.
Correct.
We constantly do it. All the infighting. No, when we see them infighting, we don't get involved. But we're supposed to come step between each other. Look, we're not doing this because this is what our open and consistent enemy wants us to do: fight among each other. And they'll offer us what they think we're in this for, to get us to turn on our brother and our sister. They'll offer you money if they sing right me with, let's say, if all my subscribers is reflecting my audience. Can you imagine, bro? I got 20,000 subscribers. If I had that many people on every stream that I did, somebody gonna be trying to talk to me.
Oh, they be at your
Somebody be
front
trying
door.
to talk to me. You know why? Because they will want to get everybody that I influence through me.
Correct.
And they'll try to turn me a certain way to get them. That's how they do. That's how that's how they get like entertainers and different people. They'll try to get everybody that person influence through that person. That's why they go to reverends during election time. Okay, I'll give you a position in my cabinet if you just have your congregation vote for me. I've seen it happen in my city, bro.
Correct.
I've seen a reverend become Secretary of State of the state of New Jersey because he had a big church and he got all of his congregation to vote for Christy Todd Whitman when she ran for governor. And when she won, he got the position of Secretary of State. I've seen it happen.
And the people get nothing.
People get nothing.
Of course.
He gets nothing. I mean, the people gets nothing. And you know how it goes, bro. The money stays up. It don't trickle down.
Nope.
It don't trickle down. And we have those type of people we cannot have among us, and we can't have as those who talk to us and so-called lead us. We can't.
Yeah.
We just can't, bro. We have to stop that. I just wanted to bring this. I didn't anticipate that the verdict was going to come today, but they deliberated, and the verdict is in. They found that demon not guilty of killing a child, bro.
My question, right, to you is, after listening to everything, like the video I'm speaking on, and the download that I got is, and I could be wrong, is him having the gun on him.
Yeah, that's understandable. He shouldn't have had a gun on him, but he never. They called several witnesses that were there.
Yeah.
Nobody with the last name of Chow, except the last name was Chow.
Yeah.
All the witnesses said that he never even brandished the gun, and when they found the gun was nowhere near him.
Yeah, but I'm looking at it like the jurors are looking at it as, why is a 14-year-old carrying a gun? You see what I'm saying? They already got this
I
image
understand
in
that
there.
wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
I
Correct.
understand that wholeheartedly. I understand that part. I
Because
understand that part.
again, we already deducted points because of our skin tone. You know what I mean? We dress a certain way. you know, we looked at a certain way. Now that the fact that, well, he went in there, he didn't point the gun, he didn't get into no altercation, he didn't go in there to rob the place, but yet he had a gun on him. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? And that's the only thing that I keep
they used
picturing
that
is,
as that was a bias that they had, a
mm-hmm,
14-year-old with a gun.
mm-hmm,
And you know, I don't understand, brother, how with all that evidence that was presented to them, they came out with a not guilty verdict.
yeah,
All those witnesses, they had material witnesses, they had experts
mm-hmm,
that came in, forensic experts, they had all kind of people come in, and people on the scene, police officers, paramedics, they had all those people come to give their testimony.
mm-hmm,
For them to you know, it's to me, I would love to see who that jury was you know,
yeah. I was
composed
gonna
of.
say that too. Correct. I was gonna say that too.
I would
To
love to
see,
see, but they don't allow that. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Because of, you know, very, you know, obvious reasons they don't allow that. But
correct.
him having a gun, let me tell you, bro, they can say that's the reason why. We can rarely say that's the reason why.
Mm-hmm,
But Trayvon Martin didn't have nothing.
correct, correct,
And he was shot and killed by a grown ass man. You know what I'm saying?
correct.
That you know,
Yeah,
that was twice his age,
correct, correct.
more than twice his age. You know, he was 36, Trayvon Martin was 17. So
Mm-hmm.
that's more than half his age. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I agree. I agree. And
He shot that boy. I mean, let's say if that boy was beating his ass, you have no business running up on that little boy.
matter of fact, they told him to fall back anyways.
They told him
Remember?
not to pursue him.
Correct. Correct.
They said, "Don't pursue him. Don't do that."
Correct.
But he did it anyway, which should have
Mm-hmm.
been a reason for him doing prison time, because they said, "Don't do that."
Correct. Correct.
And this guy, Rick Chow and Andy Chow, chased a 14-year-old 130 plus yards.
Hmm.
Chased them. It's not against the law, because they don't have to adhere to like corporate policies. You know, I did asset protection, and
Mm-hmm.
there he was. You don't do that.
Yeah.
You
You
know what I'm
know,
saying? If we have surveillance, you take this, you know, you can catch the guy the next time they come back. You know what I'm
there you
saying?
go. There you go. And that's what the prosecutor was saying. See, this is what I was saying on Philly OG's platform. In this state over here, Massachusetts, if you have the right to carry your license, you have your permit, whatever the case may be, and an intruder breaks into your home, they have this saying, I'm going to say it word for word, you have a duty to flee your home and get to
That's stupid.
safety.
That's
Yeah,
taking your power away, brother.
bro,
Man,
exactly. No, I
taking
know. I
your power
know.
away, bro.
Yeah,
That is
I
so
know.
stupid. You have to flee your home when somebody's breaking in your
Correct.
home.
Correct. Correct.
In other states, you gotta give them the duty, the way out to flee. In
Yeah.
other states,
Matter of fact,
you,
I don't know if
they
you heard.
if
Go ahead.
if they're fleeing, you gotta let them go. You can't shoot if they're leaving and they're trying to escape. You gotta let
Hmm.
them go.
Yeah. Correct. Correct. Correct.
In
That
other
like,
states, and like
but.
I seen a video last week where
Hmm.
a brother in Boston, he was in Boston,
Hmm.
his gun, he had a permit,
Hmm.
and 5-0 swarmed him,
Yeah.
bro. What was crazy about it, Mel,
Hmm.
was he showed his credentials.
Yeah.
He showed his credentials, and because he was a brother, they still fucked with
Correct.
him.
Oh yeah, that's a fact.
You know what I'm
That's a
saying? They
fact.
still, and then he had a nerve to say, "Don't walk around like that." You can't tell that man don't walk around like that when he got a permit.
Correct. Correct. Correct.
He said,
That's
You
happened
shouldn't be
to
walking
a
around like
few
that."
friends of mine. Yeah, that happened to a
That's
few
crazy.
friends of mine.
You know
Yeah,
what? Massachusetts, Boston would be paying me.
yeah.
If I got
But yeah,
permit and they
bro.
stop me like that, they'll be paying me.
But yeah, that's the law here. If an intruder breaks into your home and your life is in danger, they say you have the duty to find an exit and flee
Then why
out your
have
home.
the firearm? You can flee with no weapon, bro.
Yeah, yeah,
Why have the firearm?
yeah, correct. That's my whole thing. Yeah, it
You know
doesn't
what
make
I'm saying?
sense.
You can flee. You can flee with no weapon. The
Hmm.
weapon's supposed to be able to protect. So you're telling me you if let's just say you can't flee,
Yeah,
then what?
exactly.
You allow him
Exactly.
to have his way in your house? Nobody should have their way in your house.
Correct. Or with you, or
Or
his
with
way with
you in
you
your
too.
house. They should
Correct.
have their way. Just imagine you got a home invasion and you got your babies in there. Brother,
Correct.
you're supposed to be able to lay that person down
That's a fact.
and then call the
Bun B
cops.
faced that same situation, and Bun B got off
Yeah,
because
yeah, that's Texas though.
exactly. No, I know that that's a whole different state, but I'm just saying like it doesn't make sense where there's the same situation, but one person is in the southern state and this one's in the northeast, and they telling you in the northeast you have to find an exit out of your crib. Like, so I have some like a exit, like you know what I mean, like a
But these
hidden
are the
wall.
United States though, with different laws.
Yeah, correct, correct.
These are the
You
United
know,
States with different laws.
now mind you, New Hampshire, that is about 45 minutes to an hour. You don't even need a permit to carry out there. You see what I'm saying? I know it's a whole different state. I'm not comparing it to
I
Mass,
mean,
but I'm just saying, you know,
I agree with that no permit.
yeah, you
I agree
know.
with. I think I forgot what state it is. I think it's. I don't know if it's Florida or Texas. They did
Mhm.
away with permits. You can just go in
Yeah,
and buy a
correct.
gun.
There's some of them, but see, again, that goes to what? Our constitutional right to bear arms. It's a right.
Some states are serious about that Second
Yeah,
Amendment.
yeah, I know they are. You know, and that's crazy. Just like how Florida, Texas is tax free. Why ain't Massachusetts, Jersey, Philly, New
Anywhere
York?
up here, bro.
Yeah,
What's crazy
why ain't?
about Pennsylvania, Mel, is
Mhm.
Pennsylvania is a open carry state.
Yeah,
All
yep,
except Philly.
yep.
All except Philly,
That's
because our
crazy.
people are there.
Yeah, exactly.
You go to Allentown, you can open carry.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You go to Bristol and those other areas
Hmm.
in Pennsylvania, you can open carry, but you cannot open carry in Philly.
Bro, and listen to this. And I saw this. This is how I know about it. So a dude in Florida went to a fast food joint. You know, he's a brother. He went to a fast food joint. He saw a guy who shot his cousin. He ended up shooting the guy. Now, mind you, he's a convicted felon with a gun on him. He shot the guy who killed his cousin. Because it's Florida and it's the wild, wild west down there, he got off. Now, if that was up here in Mass, he would have got smoked.
You can't defend yourself up here, bro. If you because New Jersey is a concealed carry, which
Hmm.
is a setup to me because the
Hmm.
cops see a bulge, he gonna draw down on you.
Yeah, correct.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
New
yeah,
Jersey is a concealed state,
yeah,
and if you shoot somebody, you're still going to jail.
correct. Mass is the same way. That's how Mass is too. It's
Or
the
you can
same thing.
carry it, but you can't use it if need
Co-
be.
Correct. Like they basically telling you the person's got to have his gun basically at your head and his gun jammed, and then you did something, you know, in retaliation. Then you might get off, and even then, you're gonna be going to court for years. I mean, I have a homie who has his license, and he defended himself, and he was going to court for years. You know what I'm
I
saying?
mean,
For years.
they're gonna take you through the ringer, even
Correct.
if you are successful.
Hmm.
But it's just that inconvenience of the litigations, and then you probably got to pay for attorneys and everything. You know what I'm
Of
saying?
course. Of
In the
course.
thousands to
Of
to to
course.
receive your justice.
Of course. Yeah.
And a lot of times it be clear cut, but they don't care about that, bro. These people not they are not interested in justice because
Mhm.
if America's jurisprudence was interested in justice,
Mhm.
this young brother's family would be celebrating now. But
Correct.
now they are they are harmed again. by the so-called justice system.
Correct. I
It's the
felt
criminal.
bad.
It's the criminal justice system, brother.
Yeah, no,
Because the
that's it.
criminals got the justice today.
Correct. Correct. I mean, listening to his mother, man, it just made me. Or I
Yeah,
don't know if it was his mother, but the family crying, like that shit. But again, the download that I got, it keep replaying in my head is the fact that he had a gun, and I know for a fact. Well, I don't want to say I know for a fact, but I have a feeling this is why the jury, put in the non guilty verdict
I
is because
I can't say I disagree with you, bro.
yeah,
I can't.
but.
I really can't disagree with that
Hmm. You know how these
because
people look at us.
because you know how they look at us when they say, okay,
Correct.
that little nigga had a gun. You know what I'm saying?
Correct. The gang banger, the
Yeah, that
thug.
gang banging
Yeah.
the thug.
Mm-hmm.
And if you get, you know, people could beat the system. You know, they if they somebody who's known as a racist,
Mm-hmm.
you could be a closeted racist and get on the damn jury.
Correct. Correct.
You know, and I just that's why I don't trust America's jurisprudence, bro.
Yeah.
Here proves that it's not worth nothing
I mean, they show us, man, time and
because
time.
the
Hmm.
prosecution did a good job.
Yeah.
If you'd have heard all the prosecutors, you'd have been like, "Wow, they're
Hmm.
bringing this home."
The
That's why I
video
can't
of the
understand
guy
how
you was
they.
playing, he spoke slow. He was very
I'm telling
articulate.
you, should have heard the brother. They had a
Oh,
brother
okay.
who's on prosecution too. He was the brother is actually the boss. He's
Okay.
the
Okay.
prosecutor. He's the actual state attorney, and the other guys are the ones who work for him.
Okay.
You should have heard him.
Hmm.
He brought it home. I didn't get a chance to do it because I'm searching.
Yeah.
When if the verdict came in, then I seen that the verdict came in, then I seen that not guilty. I said, hold up, this can't be going on. I was
Yeah.
like, get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
That man
Yeah.
is found not guilty, and
Yeah.
brother, he showed no remorse
Hmm.
for Chow.
Of course not.
And then the son,
Soulless.
as
Hmm.
aggressive as he was, you should have seen his son on the stand. Acting all
Arrogance.
modest and no, he was acting all modest and
Hmm.
meek and oblivious to what the hell was going on. Playing that, that innocent, soft
Yeah.
role.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
How people are taught to act.
Correct.
They'll geek him out. He had on glasses, they geeked him out, made him look like
Hmm.
he was, he didn't know what the hell was going on. He was
Correct.
speaking like he didn't know what the hell was going on. That's what they do, bro.
Yeah.
And and that was probably a strategy of the defense.
Correct.
Defense attorneys, bro, they can be scum at times,
Of course.
especially when they defending cops. They're the scum of
Hmm.
the earth when they defending cops.
Hmm.
They'll lie
It's
outright.
what's the sad part is, man, is that this shit is not gonna get any better. You know what I mean?
It's not gonna
As
change,
we,
bro. We
yeah,
change it.
as you've been doing this live, there probably was a similar situation happening somewhere out here
Yeah,
in in the corporation. You know,
as you speak, brother, as you speak it right now,
hmm
it's
it's
probably going on
unfortunate.
right now.
It's unfortunate for the family, though, man. You know what I mean? Like, maybe I think probably they'll try to sue. I don't know. You know what I mean? But
But
verdict
you know
is
what
in.
though? They probably could get them civilly though, because that's what
Hmm.
they did to OJ. Shit,
Hmm.
they should. They should go after him civil and take every damn dime he got.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because he can't say he's not responsible for his death. He's responsible for his death.
Correct. But I don't get it though.
OJ was found not guilty
Guilty.
of
Correct.
murdering his ex-wife, but he was found responsible
Correct.
in a
Correct.
civil court.
And anybody, man, that thinks that they told us that you're innocent to proving guilty. That doesn't apply to us. That shit don't apply to us, man.
It really don't apply to a lot of people, bro, because if
Yeah.
you're into proven guilty, why they holding you?
Yeah. Correct.
They're holding you.
Correct.
They're holding you based on you being charged.
Yeah.
And you are penalized further for fighting, because if you take a plea and don't have the prosecution and the defense working, if you plead, you get a lesser charge.
Mm-hmm.
But if you fight, you are penalized for fighting.
Mm-hmm.
My brother, I appreciate you coming up.
Likewise, man. Appreciate you
I
for having me,
appreciate the
man.
brother. Keep coming up. You know this home, brother.
Yeah,
You know this
you
home,
already
brother.
know. I
You know what I'm
appreciate you,
saying?
man, for going live and because I heard about it, but I didn't know what was going on. So, I appreciate that. It's just again, I feel like I don't know, my energy went down, man, after hearing that verdict and
Yeah, me
hearing
too,
the
brother.
family cry. You know what I
I
mean?
started to, if you wasn't continuing the conversation and Key didn't come up, brother, I was so disgruntled. I was about to say, brother, peace. I'm about to say, bro, peace, but I'm not gonna do it like that because my
Yeah,
brother's
yeah,
talking. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
I
Nah,
ain't
but I
gonna.
appreciate you, man.
Yes, sir, brother. Salute to you, brother. I'm pissed off though, brother.
Yeah. Listen, man, like I said, it's unfortunate. It's not gonna get better. And there's still gonna be some knuckleheads out here that,
We have to change our
unfortunately.
reality, brother.
Yeah, that's a fact, man. That's a fact. That's why I be trying to tell the youth that I be mentoring, man. Any interaction you have with these people, man, all that mouthing off, you got to think about making it home safe, especially when it comes to the cops, man.
And it's
Record
crazy
them.
that we have to have those conversations with our children, bro.
Yeah. It was different when we was coming up. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, the only school drills we had was a fire drill. You know what I'm saying? To get out the building. Now
They
it's like
talk.
mass shootings, school shootings, this, that. They got to do all types of drills now at these
Yeah,
schools. And again,
shelter in place and all the other
correct,
stuff. Man.
correct. So again, brother, man, I appreciate you for having me on the platform, man. You already know.
I appreciate you for coming up,
Yeah,
brother.
man, good
Call you about
content,
the
man.
other joint, brother. I'm gonna call you about the other joint we talked about.
Yes, definitely, man.
We got to set that up, brother.
All right,
I want.
definitely.
Meanwhile, I want to thank Max V for coming through. It's always a pleasure seeing you, bro. P. Norfolk, thank you for coming up on the platform, my brother, and contributing to the build. Mouthpiece, P. Moses, Old Dude, thank you for coming through. Big Dog Philly OG, thank you all through. And Mel, thank you for being the panelist, brother. I really appreciate it, brother. Your contributions to the build. I want to thank
Appreciate you,
my
man.
wife. She's always watching. She's always, she's a major contributor to the Enemy's Public. In fact,
Salute to
she's
your wife, man. Salute to
one
her.
of the executive producers of the Enemy's Public. And until next time, I leave you as I came before you in the greeting words of peace. This is the Enemy's Public. I am Bro.Nasir. Like, share, subscribe. Leave a
Peace.
comment in the comment section. Peace.
Peace.
Production. Giving out instructions. Hey. I just keep it intact, this is a fact, right and exact, I won't step back. Admiration is the feeling that inspires your brain to make you gain self-knowledge, not go insane.